From the great halls of their house, there are assembled three who hope to one day be the world's greatest driving heroes. Created from the cosmic legends of the universe comes our team captain, the Vision, Bill Fisher. Their soon-to-be Wonder Woman, Vicki Fisher. Our Captain Marvel and head flight trainee, Jennifer Skripchuk. And our Batman, the master of tools, gadgets, and all things mechanical, our mild-mannered soon-to-be billionaire, Alan Danvers. Their mission, to fight injustice, share what is right and wrong, to get you out of your house and come out racing with them, and serve all mankind. They are the Garage Heroes in Training Team.
Captain's Log Supplemental.
Miss Vicki.
Yes, sir.
You know what?
What?
I've been thinking about this Sentinel system.
Yeah. Tell me about the Sentinel system.
So what I was thinking was, we have the one car that's got the aim dash that's slowing us down. Because installing the aim dash is actually, it probably is easy, but it's quite hard the first time. And we haven't figured that out yet. The Sentinel system is really easy to set up. So what I was thinking was, why don't we put it in the Lemons car? And we'll worry about the aim data information separately. And we'll kind of break it down into a project. Because then we'd have the motorsports video system that we really, really want, and we'd be able to stream it. We just won't have the data inside, but we have the data outside, so we can combine them later. But I think that's a really good solution.
So what does this Sentinel system do?
Well, if it had the aim data, it would have all the data on the screen, and you could see all their telemetry and everything live. But we'd be able to not only record it for viewing after the race, but we could actually watch our car during the race.
Ooh, like on the monitor and everything?
On a monitor, if you were at home and I was at a track, or if you were at the track and I was at home, depends on who gets the short straw, but we'd be able to watch each other.
It's something I've always wanted to do.
And you know what? If you're driving, you know what you can do on the Sentinel system?
What's that?
You can communicate to me with your hands, and I can't do a thing about it.
Even better.
So, if you need to give a wave or a Jersey wave, whatever you need, we could save it and see it on the screen. And then you can have up to 3 different cameras, and it'll have picture in picture. You'll have the basic main shot out the front window, and then 2 cameras where you put them wherever you want. One could be on the driver, or one could be on the rear view. It's kind of cool.
Then we can upload it onto YouTube.
We could bore millions of people on YouTube.
I love it.
All right. Very well. You know what the only downside I see about this?
What?
Your mom and my mom are going to be panic-stricken the entire weekend watching this thing to see if everything's going well.
This is true.
We probably shouldn't tell them.
I like the idea of having a Sentinel.
Mm-hmm. Well, luckily we have maybe 2. Depends on how things go. We're going to try. All right. That sounds like a plan. That's the project. We got to get that ready for the next race.
Sounds great.
All right. Very well. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome to the Garage Heroes in Training Podcast. I'm going to be one of the hosts for this episode. My name is Bill. Who else is hosting?
I'm Vicki.
And you've got your microphone back.
I do. I found it. I found it during this move.
Gradually moving back into, normalcy.
Yes.
Miss Vicki.
Yes.
We have a guest.
I know.
Rally Master.
Yeah.
Jeff, welcome back to the podcast.
Hello.
You sound like junk, sir.
Yep, I tested negative for COVID, so I don't get to go home. I apparently just have a normal cold.
Wow.
So, and then had to herd some cats this evening, and I yelled a little bit too much, I think.
Oh no!
It happens.
So you were at the Lane Museum. Very jealous.
Yep, yeah, we did the Tail of the Dragon and the Lane Museum today.
Now, what is that?
Rex. It's a wonderful museum. There's actually a book by the owner of the museum. It's a nonprofit, but it's Jeff Lane's collection, and it's the book is called Hobby Out of Hand, or Hobby Gets Out of Hand. Anyway, and their educational director Rex gave us a tour of the basement where they store the cars that are not on display, and let us walk around upstairs where the cars that are on display are, and told us a lot of stuff. And then he was cool enough to they have planes from just before World War I that were propeller driven. So he started one of those up for us to demonstrate how loud the world would be if we went with propeller driven cars.
Wow.
0 to
So
60.
it was really interesting.
0 to 60 is not a propeller driven car's high point.
Yeah,
Right.
the problem. I mean, our whole communities would just be filled with dust and noise.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of wind that was coming off the back of that thing was it was ridiculous.
That's true. So we didn't get you last night because we were out playing Comet Seekers, and I'm not sure we found it, but maybe. Who knows?
That is
Yes,
interesting. We had a checkpoint for October Sky yesterday, so it's fitting.
No, did you guys see it from where you guys were?
No. But the person who apparently the house where the guy from October Sky lived is still occupied, so I think they were a little frustrated with the number of cars going by their home.
Oh, wow.
It happens, but they have a historical marker in front of their house. I mean, what else do you expect?
What is the historical marker?
For October Sky, do you remember the movie October Sky?
No.
In Colwood, I think it's West Virginia. It's pretty much where a lot of the space industry started for the United States, all because of the sort of the accomplishments of the Rocket Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting stuff. A lot of those people went on to become engineers and help progress the U.S. space program.
Oh, wow.
We could have a very long podcast on that topic for me, but
Probably.
So we didn't summarize yesterday. So what was yesterday's festivities?
So yesterday we started off in Morgantown and headed down to Bristol, Tennessee. Where I stopped to take photos and talk to people was at a very large locomotive that was operated by the Chesapeake in Ohio, in Logan, West Virginia. It's huge. It's gigantic. And it only operated for 9 years. They built it in 1947, and it was decommissioned by 1956 to be replaced by diesel.
Wow.
So it's interesting. It's actually very lemony, right? To put that much effort into an object. Mm-hmm. And then just leave it on the side of your house.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. So then we went to what else did we go to yesterday? I know I went somewhere else. I just can't remember right now.
Yesterday was a long day, right?
Yes, it was very, very long. Then we ended up in Bristol. They have it's a city that's split by Tennessee and West Virginia, so that's pretty cool. The state line runs right down the middle of State Street. Mm-hmm. So we attempted to go to a place called The Corner, and I had seen that they had an open mic night, and I thought, well, it's kind of a hippie town. It'll probably just be like country music or something. And no, it was like a high school kid behind an entire setup for techno, just blasting the crap out of this place. Like you couldn't hear anything. And it was just weird because it was all like adults as old as I am in the bar, like trying to eat their hamburgers. So we left. It was just too weird. It was just too weird. Kevin pointed out that he kind of looked like McLovin from Superbad, and he really did. He was very enthusiastic. I mean, he obviously loved his music, so that's good. But it was just kind of weird because it's like a dive bar, and then you just come into some dude jumping up and down behind like a soundboard. It was a strange experience. I mean, a lot of weird stuff happens on the rally, but that one was pretty weird.
Did our GLHS friends figure out their issues?
Yes. So they came up with a horribly jury-rigged plan where they used a Honda Civic radiator and then used trailer wire, from the 4-post plug to reverse the polarity so the fan would work correctly. But that really wasn't working that great. And then they were able to figure out that they were only about 3.5 hours from where they work on cars. So they jetted home and there were a lot of extra parts waiting for them because they are Mopar guys. So they this is 2 of 1,000 radiator, I guess. So they're back in it. Car sounds great. They were at the Tail of the Dragon today. It looks like they're having a good time.
So not lost anymore. So that's good.
Nope. Missed a lot of checkpoints, but not lost.
Checkpoints are checkpoints.
It happens. Correct.
It's not a big deal.
So, did we lose any cars along the way?
Ed White and Mike. The Thunderbird is dead, so now they are in Stellantis's finest product, a Dodge Durango.
So that was the red car, right?
Yes.
Correct. Yeah. So they're done. Yeah. So the transmission's out. So I just keep on yelling at them that they're cheaters. We're not 100% sure. There was like a pickup truck that we didn't recognize at the Lane Museum, and I was like, "Who are those guys?" And Kevin said, "I think they were in a different car." And I was like, "What different car?" And we couldn't figure it out. So hopefully I'll figure it out by tomorrow. I haven't looked at the Instagram for today yet, so hopefully figure that. So that's about all that's dropped out. The stuff for today included the Tail of the Dragon, and I made like a pop-up checkpoint. A lot of people probably know that Speedy Cop lives very close to the Tail of the Dragon at this point. So if they were able to track him down and get a picture with him, they got bonus points. So that was fun. And I went up there. It's a compound. It's impressive. A lot of cool stuff. It'll probably give them a lot of opportunities to have even more terrible cars.
That's saying something.
And then the Tail of the Dragon went really well. Most of the cars that are participating in the rally were able to meet up at Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort, and Judd was cool enough to open up the gift shop for us so people could buy souvenirs, because usually it's closed at this time of year. The ability to use a restroom when you're in the middle of nowhere is always great.
Yes.
So Judd really hooked us up with that. Actually, he also hooked us up with a photographer. So I'm excited to see those photos and try to figure. I don't know how we're going to get them out to the rally participants, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, definitely. I don't know how many people that listen to the podcast also ride motorcycle, but I would definitely check out the Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort. He's got it's a 14 room hotel. So, and it's just like tucked into the hill. It's really cool.
That's awesome. We're going to have somebody coming up on here that's got a rally business where they're basically a charity, and they try and raise funds for the area of the Western Kentucky and West Virginia. It'll be fun.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, is it getting any warmer for you guys? Because the cars are quite nice, but the theming of the individuals was lacking at the initiation.
Yeah, there was not a lot of theming, and it continues to be a lack of theming. The dudes from the limo keep their cowboy hats on regardless of where they're going. Like they were just like getting into an Uber and they had their cowboy hats on. So as I've always said, that's much appreciated. I mean, even I dropped theme because I was standing out in the cold and I was like, well, I can do this joke later. So even I bailed out on it.
You did get sick though, so
fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm just like a French soldier and have retreated from Moscow and I've taught the consumption.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah. So actually, the theming was pretty weak on this one.
Yeah,
but I would say out of all of them, Retreat has the weakest theming. I think because people are just like, it's cold, I don't care.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I mean, you deal with a lot of weather, so it's kind of hard to smile. Although the Herbie one is very funny with the leg on top.
Yeah. So he actually only has one leg, so that's one of his prosthetic legs.
I think it's hysterical.
Yeah. So they have actually stayed to theme, but you could argue like, is wearing a white jumpsuit really staying the theme?
Yeah.
So
white is not a theme.
Correct. Yeah. Silver's not a theme. Damn yous.
Yes. So did you Vicki wasn't on when we did our last review, so I was saving this, but was there any negative fallout from my IQ test at the check-in?
No, but I did have to adjust your guys' points because like the space between Vicky's score sheets, my score sheets, and your score sheets was like we were on different planets.
Yeah.
So,
I know, right?
Yeah. So I was like, okay. I did keep the IQ test going because it was literally on your forehead.
Uh-huh.
But I also like reduced like general hoopiness of the participants, like that's if they themed and no one really showed up with a theme. So I took a lot of those points away.
Well, that's fine.
Also, I'm very bad at math, and you guys made all these high numbers. So I was like, oh crap. Like I don't want to do math.
No worries.
I'm tired.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm tired. I want to do math.
Exactly.
Who's making me do math?
See, Jeff, there's wisdom. If we do it poorly, you won't make us do it anymore. So,
Oh no, you're definitely invited back. Too bad. Haha.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's fun going out there. Yeah. And we had no Randy Bish staying at our house or kind of hanging out this weekend. I kind of missed that.
Yeah. I actually haven't really seen any content from Randy out lately.
I think his
must be busy being married and stuff. Oh, yeah, he did post that the Saab is officially dead.
Yeah.
But he's doing an engine swap. He's swapping the engine into something else or something.
Yeah, because it worked so well. I mean,
yeah, it's a great idea. Best idea ever.
No fail in that plan whatsoever.
No, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all fine as long as it. Okay, well, it needs to run.
Swap everything.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So yes, the only things I had to fix on the distance between our scores.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy cow.
We should have a quick meeting on that before.
Well, it's on the back of the clipboard.
I did. Yeah, but
it's all relative.
Okay. Correct. It doesn't matter. It's relative. The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Exactly.
Everything was aligned.
I figured our sheets would give you something to work from.
There you go. It was a good basis. I got to understand where I needed to be.
No, it's all good. And I do believe we did have the most amount of uneaten donuts and coffee ever at the start of the rally.
Like everybody just kept on bringing donuts and coffee. I was just like, what is happening, guys? Come on.
It was
so many donuts.
The overall weather heading down. I mean, was there any because I know you were trying to move away from a storm that was coming down.
Yeah, I mean, for the Pacifica, it was fine. We did have really heavy fog today, which affected some of the teams. Team Pork Chop Express was actually late to the Lane Museum due to fog. Mm-hmm. And we had gone through the fog, and I was like, well, I guess if your car didn't stop really well and go really well, then the fog is probably a lot scarier than, the car with, crash avoidance and lane assist and all the other doodads.
I would not be surprised if some of the cars have, let's go with challenging headlights as well.
Yeah, and Rusty, Pork Chop Express would be a great example of that because I remember looking at him, maybe the first day and realizing that the right headlight just kind of points in a direction. It doesn't point in any useful direction. It just goes that way.
Yeah, you might go in that direction. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, if you need trees lit up, he's your guy.
Exactly. Bigfoot sightings, it's the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, that's a West Virginia thing, I think.
Well, I'm sure they got Sasquatches somewhere around there.
Oh, yeah.
They might be teachers at the schools. Who knows?
Yeah.
Ouch.
What? It's all in jest, people. It's lemons. So tomorrow's itinerary, you got any notable stops? How bad is it?
Well, the weather's improving dramatically at this point. The finish line's at Barber. Let me look up my stops really quick. Actually, I haven't looked at my stops for tomorrow.
Well, while you're looking at the stops, we haven't done restaurants and hotel review. So how are we doing this trip?
Well, I do. So I'm always like, you guys are dumb, to the participants. You can't book a hotel. So I booked my hotel for the wrong day. So I have to admit to that. Yesterday, yep. So I was like looking at, I use the hotels.com, app, and I'm like looking, I'm like, why is it not showing up for today? I don't understand. It probably took me about 20 minutes to figure out, like, you're an idiot, Jeff. You booked it for the wrong day.
I've got multiple choice for tomorrow, though.
Correct. Yep. I could have been in Bristol or Nashville. Up to me. So, oops.
Oopsie.
So that was, all the hotels have been pretty nice. The one in Morgantown was actually really cool. It was like it obviously had been some kind of apartment building that was re-renovated, and the price was really, it was affordable. But it was very pretty and very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, we try to stay away from terrifying ones. I will say, and I'm not gonna like call out this restaurant, but we went to a restaurant instead of the corner because we didn't want to be yelled at by McClellan. And I ordered the ramen, and the ramen was linguine noodles. So that sucked. I was really bummed out. I mean, I don't know what I expected for ramen in Bristol, Tennessee. I guess that's part my fault. But so that kind of bummed me out. What else? Yeah, the hotels have been all good. We're staying at the Glow in Nashville today, which is right by the airport. So it's a very airporty hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all know what it looks like. So
is that
nice?
Is that the one with the the funky modern design?
Yep. But the thing is that it's really not even that far off Motel 6 because it has like that crappy wooden, fake wood flooring instead of carpet. So really, your toes are cold. That's all that's really happening.
Well, it took me a while to come up with something positive, so I went with funky modern. So yeah,
funky modern works.
Yeah.
Yep. We have a blue pillow and a yellow pillow.
Ooh.
I mean, it's insane in here. Yeah,
it's just craziness.
It's craziness.
Very well. Has anybody sealed up the victories for this rally? Not that it matters.
I would say that Rusty's, the Pork Chop Express, is definitely the number one. It's the oldest car in the rally. So if you're the oldest car in the rally, that's like the Nova. The one that's falling apart.
Mm-hmm.
The former roadkill car, I think.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I think so. Robert bought one roadkill car, but I'm not sure which one it was because he's got a lot of cars.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, he had missed the checkpoint with Speedy Cop, so he called Finnegan, and Finnegan left a note for him on Instagram. So I guess I'll give him points for that or something.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
It's cheaty, super cheaty.
That's super cheaty. Yeah. Using your famous, maybe I should give him negative points. Anyway, yeah, he's in the contention for first. Suzuki Samurai's impressing. That thing is a leaky, windy piece of shit. The guys in the limo are hilarious. Limos are just hilarious. Greasy Endeavors and the Mercedes limo, they're also hilarious. Even though these cars aren't particularly awful, I'm enjoying everyone that's involved.
So you're saying the Suzuki made it through Tail of the Dragon without falling over?
Oh, you know what? I'm not 100% sure they made it out because we sent the cars ahead of us. I'm going to assume they did. They're fine.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to be going quickly to roll over. So, so that's probably
not really. I don't know. Like growing up in San Diego, we always called them Suzuki somersault.
Yeah.
Very well. So we have one more day, sir.
Yep. So I guess the big checkpoint tomorrow would be the Eiffel Tower in Paris, Tennessee, which kind of ties in the entire theme of the rally, I suppose. So that's the checkpoint that I'll be hanging out at and taking photos. I know there's some people that weren't involved in the rally that want to meet up at the gate tomorrow. So I just need to talk to some people at the gate and make sure that I have the right information to get inside for the award ceremony.
Mm-hmm. Well, having spent several weeks one day in Paris, Tennessee, when I was in college, enjoy.
Sure, why not? I've probably been to worse places. I mean, maybe. I've been to Barstow, California.
Oh, well,
it's literally it's the butthole of California.
Well, yes, but this is Tennessee, so
Fair
anyway.
enough.
Very well. Well, Jeff, feel better, sir. Get some rest. And
thank you very much.
We will either wrap up tomorrow or sometimes those get a little crazy. Maybe we'll do something on the weekend. Who knows?
Sounds good.
All right, sir. Feel better, Jeff.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Right,
Night. Bye.
Hello.
She's almost here.
Ooh. So did you guys get to see the comet?
We're not sure. I don't think so.
Bummer.
No. I still got a few more days. It
It's
has
green, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we miss it, we can just wait another 54,000 years. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We got this.
Just turn into a robot.
Exactly.
You probably have an adhesive for that.
I'll just stick around.
Yeah.
Oh, that was sad. That was less than good.
Other than that, everything's going okay.
Yeah, you sound like you're having a tough one.
I have a cold. I
So-
tested negative for COVID, so I'll still have to do the rally.
Do you ever root for testing positive before?
Yeah.